to these words. The serpent was the shrewdest of all the wild animals the Lord God had made. So God made the serpent.
Interesting.
God made the serpent. And some people would say, well, why did he make something that was going to be the downfall of mankind? Well, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, actually, it's almost as if God didn't want followers just to have followers. He wanted people who would choose him.
Yes. Yes. Just those words are so great. He wanted people that would choose him of their own. He wanted us. Absolutely. So, he was very sly because God did say, there's one tree I don't want you to eat the fruit from, and that's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And I love that because, it's almost like a father would do anything to keep his kids from having to know the evil in the world. And I get that image of God really just trying to protect us, but knowing that it was a real possibility that we were going to do our own thing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. And the serpent was really tricky because do you remember what he said to Eve?
He said, "You will surely not die, but you will become like gods, knowing right from wrong."
Right.
And do you know what Eve said?
She said, of course we can eat the tree from the fruit, or the fruit from the tree from the fruit. Lord have mercy. Of course we may eat from the fruit of the tree in the garden. It's only the one in the middle, because he said we must not eat it or even touch it, or we will die.
Didn't say that.
Right.
God actually said, "You shall not eat of that tree.
That's
or
it.
The day that you do, you will die."
Right.
And Eve tried to justify it to herself. She tried to say, well, it does look very good, and
it'd be good in a fruit salad.
Oh, yeah. It's nourishing. We're supposed to be fruitful.
Healthy.
And healthy. Oh, yeah, and there's that whole bit about gaining wisdom, but, it's really about...
Right. I just want to be healthy.
It's only one glass of wine.
Right. Justification. It's usually the downfall of everything we do, isn't it?
Exactly.
So, the serpent said, oh, you won't die. God just knows your eyes will be open. You'll be like one of them. And so, she ate it.
That's the tragedy of it all. We were already like God.
Oh, that's great, Chris. You're right. We were already like God. But we got tricked.
We got tricked, not just by something outside of us, but by ourselves in general.
Right.
See, it's not just when the devil tricks you. It's not going to be just the devil tricking you, but yourself also tricking you.
Very good. That's very good. So she eats of the apple, and it's not just her. She offers some to her man, Adam, and he eats. And then when God comes down in the cool of the evening to meet with them, and I really believe that, and I've been taught over the course of my long life, I've been taught that he would come down in the cool of the evening to fellowship with them and to spend time with them. So when he came down in the cool of the evening, they hid from him. And he said, why are you hiding? And Adam says, because we're naked. My favorite thing is when he first came down, he said, where are you? He wanted to know where they were. He was pursuing them. He was pursuing time with them. And so when they were, who did tell them they were naked? The woman said, the serpent.
The serpent.
He deceived me. Because Adam said, the woman deceived me. It was a big bunch of blame.
It was all blame shifting. And I think if we had just owned up to what we did, I think it was a different story. Because again, it's not the what, but the why.
Right. Right. Not the what, but the why. So then we come down into God talking to the serpent. and this is the part that I really enjoy reading out loud, especially since you and I have discussed some of this. He actually talks right to the serpent and says, because you've done this, you're cursed more than all animals. You'll crawl on your belly, groveling in the dust as long as you live. And this is where the good part comes. And I will cause hostility between you and you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head.
You will strike his heel. Through all of this punishment talks that he's giving to them, there's that little glimmer of hope.
Right. And the thing too is, do you think that being banished from the garden, which was the end result, he kicked them out of the garden because they couldn't also partake of the tree of life. But there is something in there that he will strike your head, you will strike his heel. A blow to the head can be very fatal. Very fatal. Not just fatal. Very fatal. But a blow to the heel, a strike on the heel, not too many people that I've met, even people that have blown out their Achilles, they can still walk, and they can still breathe. And they can still take in sustenance.
Exactly.
So, even here, God is telling us that we are going to be over the evil and the deceiver. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. We're going to be over the deceiver. And as much as he tries, he can wound us, he can hurt us, he can chase after us as much as he wants. He doesn't get to win, because no matter what, we win. No matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what. And yeah, he threw us out of the garden.
And I think that's because God is also a judge. We talk about him as a father a lot, but he's still a judge.
He is.
And that's important to note. But more than that, he's still a father. He's a judge to who he needs to judge, and he's a father of who he needs to be a father of.
Right.
And he was still a father here at this point as well, because the banishment, if you look, banishment was so they wouldn't partake of the tree of life.
So it's more protection.
It was more of a protection, not just for the humans, but for the entire world that he created.
So, I love the subtitle. The subtitle that's in my Bible says Paradise Lost. And that's exactly what it was, because we were in paradise. So, in that time, God knocked us out of the garden, and he put a guard over that tree and sent us out to, quote unquote, fend for ourselves. But he never left us.
He didn't leave us. I think he was just trying to protect his good world from evil and corruption living forever, and sin living within us forever. By sending us out of the garden, and by preventing us from living forever, he, in a sense, protected his world.
Right. Right. And also, I can't fathom having to live forever with a knowledge of sin and with all of the evil in the world, and having to live with that forever. That's scarier to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I know Jesus. It's way scarier to me than God's judgment, living with all of the evil in the world. Yeah. So, do you have anything else to add?
I don't think I have anything else to add.
That sounds like it's wrapped up for this week's episode then.
All right.
So join us again next time for Spirit in the Shed.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Marcy.
Have a nice one.